Hi, English 111 students, and welcome to Module 2. This is the first module where you will be writing an essay for class. I know for the Module 1 essay, you completed that and submitted it. That was for me. That essay is not going to be graded in a kind of traditional way where I correct mistakes and send it back to you and that sort of thing. So that essay was just for me to see how you write right now. So, module 2 is where you're actually going to write your first essay to be graded, where I will send it back to you with corrections and suggestions and revision ideas, that sort of thing. The essay that we're starting with in this class is the narrative. I like starting with this one, number one, because it's easy. It's telling a story and it's telling a story from your life. So it doesn't take a ton of time to decide on a topic and what do I want to write about. So it's a good way to sort of ease into the semester and to give you a chance to see how I'm going to grade and how I am going to teach all the essays throughout the semester. So here are some ideas to keep in mind for this module. The narrative is a story, but it's not just a story. I want you to really challenge yourself to focus on technique. So, with the narrative, and this is true of all writing that you do in college, it's not just what you say, but it's also how you say it. So, the narrative is going to ask you to use certain skills. Obviously, you want to tell a story that makes sense, that perhaps is chronological, first, second, third, fourth, that sort of thing. But I want you also to think about the technique of storytelling, using strong details, using powerful verbs, rather than saying, she is sad, say she wept. That kind of verb choice and that kind of action to a story conveys much more meaning in a deeper way to a reader than simply just telling what the events were. The other technique that I want you to really think about is choosing a very narrow slice of time to cover. This is a very short narrative. You will not have time to cover an entire day. So I want you to really think about what is the most powerful part of this story. Where are the most powerful few minutes that I can focus on, slow time down, and really think about digging in to those few moments so that the reader feels in it and involved. They can see it, they can hear it, they can smell it, whatever it is that's happening. There is an example essay posted on Moodle under sample essays. The one that shows MLA format is also a very good narrative. It's a very narrow narrative. I wrote it, so that sounds bragging. It's a very good narrative because I wrote it. That's not what I mean. But it's a very narrow time slice. I think from the beginning of that narrative to the end in real time was maybe 30 or 45 minutes. The whole day is not described. I don't describe the whole week. I give a little background information and then I jump into just those few minutes. So take a look at that. It might be useful to you. Some technical things for this module. This is the first module that is 2 weeks long. That's a pattern that you're going to see throughout the rest of the semester. Nearly all of the remaining modules are 2 weeks long. This module is going to set up that pattern. So make sure you check the course schedule and you pay attention to those due dates. You'll see that the first week focuses on the discussion board where you share your topic. You're going to talk back and forth about it. The second week focuses on a journal that you turn in to me and then submitting the essay at the end of that second week. Just a little note and a heads up. Don't submit your essay too early. Now, work on it early for sure. Be working on it over the course of the 2 weeks. But let the discussion board discussions help you. Let the journal that you turn in help you as you're writing this narrative. So don't submit the essay in the first week of the module. Use the work, work the work over the course of the 2 weeks so that those things can help you build your essay and perhaps create a better essay than you may have had in the first place. All right. I look forward to seeing what you're going to write about for your narrative. And we're going to work this module on making sure it's a narrow focus, making sure that you're writing about it well, and that it's not just what you say, but how you say it. And I look forward to reading your narrative essays.